Hello, welcome. It is Thursday, August the 25th. Welcome to another episode of Pickup Line Sports. We're in Pickup Line 20-some cars back. So, we got a few minutes, so let's talk sports. My name is Craig. I thank you so much for joining me today. A lot going on in the world of sports. The big story, well, one of the big stories, Tom Brady is going to play in the Bucs' final exhibition game against my Colts this weekend downtown in Indianapolis. Matt Ryan is going to play as well. It seems like both teams are going to push their starters out there if they're healthy for probably a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, just kind of looking down. I think that's what, about a quarter and a half. So we'll see really what happens there. But ultimately, Tom Brady is going to play. So there's all kinds of rumors about him, if he's going to come back, if he is coming back, was he on The Masked Singer? And at the end of the day, he's going to come back. I don't think we'll see Mike Evans or Chris Godwin or any of those guys that are a little dinged up for the Bucs. You're not going to see Jonathan Taylor and some of the guys for the Colts. Shaquille Leonard, obviously still on the, I guess I got to make a decision sooner or later about the PUP list for him, but he's not practicing or anything. Kwity Paye was hurt yesterday. He just has a bone bruise. So if people aren't dinged up or hurt, they're probably going to play. So that'll be rather exciting for the last preseason game. All those are starting to come out now today. Who's going to play, who's not. Jacoby Brissett is going to play for the Browns. Being in Indianapolis, we know all about Jacoby. He's going to get some reps, especially now that they know what's up with Deshaun Watson. So there's a lot of teams like that are going to start to make those announcements of, hey, he's going to play a whole quarter or 2 quarters. I think Trey Lance is going to play a quarter. We'll get more of that as it comes out, obviously, for the final preseason game. And really the ultimate goal is to continue to knock off rust, get familiar with your new system, your new weapons, your new teammates, but ultimately don't get hurt, right? I mean, that's really what we're trying to do here. Novak Djokovic will not play in the U.S. Open because of his vaccination status. He is not vaccinated, and apparently there is a rule that you cannot enter the United States unless you're vaccinated. I did not know of that rule. He was trying to do an appeal, trying to get in. We'll just leave it at that. We're not getting political on here, but that stinks. That really does stink big time. Northwestern football is in Ireland. So they've got this cool helmet with a kind of an Irish flag. They're playing against Nebraska August 27th in Ireland. Cats2Ireland.com is the website. That's really clever. The 27th is on Saturday, this coming Saturday in 2 days. So there's all kinds of cool pictures and video of Northwestern out there getting ready to play Nebraska overseas. So that's a really weird way to start the season, but awesome. It really is. Pittsburgh named, I'm not gonna do good with the name, I'm sorry, Keaton Slovis, starting quarterback. He used to be at USC, and Pitt comes right out of the gate against West Virginia. There are some big-time college football games this weekend. Penn State at Purdue. I mean, there's all kinds of games that you're like, holy crap. Right out the gate, they're getting right after it. Let's see. Chris Snee, former New York Giant, is going to be part of the Boston College staff, which is great. Where is that? Hang on. Tyron Smith, that's what I was looking at. Torn hamstring, starting left tackle for the Cowboys. Tyron Smith, torn hamstring, out indefinitely. So they're saying anywhere between 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. Terrible situation. They've got backups that are there and going to be ready, but ultimately, what a tough break for the Cowboys. That is really, really bad. He is an 8-time Pro Bowler. He's good. He's a good lineman that is really leaving a gigantic hole in that left side. So that is just downright terrible. That's bad news. Let's see, what else are we talking about today? Matt Hawk is the new punter by the Colts. I think we mentioned that yesterday. Let's see here. J.C. Treader retired from the NFL. He's the head of the NFLPA. So that's a big deal. He's a center for the Browns. That's one that you're going to keep an eye on, who takes his spot, because it's a big deal to have that role, kind of that in between the players and the union, basically. So that's a big deal for that. Chet Holmgren is out for the year. Hurt his foot, gonna have surgery. Was playing in a summer league game. Went up to challenge LeBron, hurt his foot, out for the year. So that's terrible. That is a terrible situation, because he was going to start to be the cornerstone as the Thunder start to rebuild. Now, this is going to be a really tough year for them again. So you basically had a team that didn't win many games, add somebody that's pretty good, and then he's not even going to be there. So you're hurting his development, you're hurting the team's development. Just a terrible situation. So hopefully he can come back. The stomach bug canceled the Dolphins and the Eagles. They had an inter-squad scrimmage set up, and I think the Eagles were the ones that were sick, so they canceled the scrimmage this morning. The Lakers acquired Patrick Beverley from the Jazz, formerly of Minnesota, so that's going to be a huge addition, especially on the defensive side for the Lakers. And really, you kind of go down the line about the trades and stuff going on in the NBA, and Kevin Durant kind of backing off of his trade and his kind of request / demand to get out of Brooklyn, and now everything's starting to fall into place. We're going to start to see some things here in Indianapolis. It's going to be really interesting, because Miles Turner will not be here long. He will probably end up with the Lakers or the Nets, actually. I think they both are looking for him. So it's going to be a really, really kind of a weird next few weeks as some of these trades start to finalize, some of these free agencies starting to get going a little bit, because everyone is waiting on Kevin Durant. They're all waiting to see what he was doing. LeBron came out and was talking stuff about the people talking stuff about Russell Westbrook. He said, just wait till he shows them. Okay, whatever. So we'll see what happens there. The last week of the preseason is upon us for the NFL. Tonight, we got Packers, Chiefs, 49ers, Texans. So we're going to see Mahomes. We're going to see some Rodgers. We might see him a little bit, but not much. Trey Lance, I think, is going to play. I think he's going to play close to a half. Tomorrow, we got Bills, Panthers, Seahawks, Cowboys, Chargers, Saints, Patriots, Raiders. So we got some good matchups coming up, a lot on Saturday and a couple Sunday. And then we're basically done until opening weekend, right? So can't wait for that to happen. These preseason games have just been terrible football. I mean, it's football, and you turn in and you watch and you get excited about your team, but like, it's just bad. It's just bad business, I guess. I hate to say that. The NFL has their top 20 players they're going to keep announcing. They've listed them in alphabetical order. No surprises there. So they're going to, tell us all about them. Tonight, the 49ers and Texans are on Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. So this is the first night that we get to hear Prime Video. We get to see Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit. It'll be really cool to see their broadcast. Of course, we're all going to dissect how they look, how they do, with all of the presentation for the games coming up. Let's see here. What else is going on in the world of sports? Tyron Smith is out. We talked about that. I mean, that's really the biggest deal. Mekhi Becton had the same injuries as Tyron Smith, so that stinks, both of them. Same sort of thing going on. And you know what? There's a lot of other stuff. John Gruden is still making noise somehow. I don't even understand how. He is. Lincoln Riley at USC talking about leadership. They have a ton of leaders. A lot of people are down on the Trojans and down on LSU, and I'm kind of buying both. I think Lincoln Riley and Brian Kelly are going to do amazing jobs at both of those colleges. We'll talk more about that as we're leading up into the college football season, which is this weekend. So maybe tomorrow kind of take a deep dive into some of the games. Let's actually, you know what? We have a few minutes here. You're not going anywhere, are you? Let's look and see. Saturday. A lot of preseason games, more baseball. Okay, here we go. Saturday's slate of games. We talked about Nebraska and Northwestern over in Ireland. Wyoming at Illinois. That's a good start for Brett Bielema and his Fighting Illini. They should get that one. Duquesne at Florida State. Florida A&M at my North Carolina Tar Heels. And then Vanderbilt goes all the way to Hawaii. That's going to be a fun game at 10:30 at night. Vanderbilt is one of those teams that they bring a lot of people back. They should be better than what they are. Tommy Chung is actually back at Hawaii on the coaching staff. I don't know if you remember him, but he slung the ball all over the place for Hawaii a few years ago. So he's back there, which there's some great stories on ESPN about that and his homecoming. But the big game is, the big game is Northwestern and Nebraska, right? I mean, especially here in Big Ten country. That's really the big stuff this weekend. And then after that, we start to get going a little bit. Next weekend, some more juicy matchups, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, that's the world of college football. Kind of a slow start. I thought there were more games. I guess next weekend is Labor Day weekend. That's when it really starts getting going. But Nebraska's a 13.5-point favorite. Holy cow. Wyoming, Illinois is a pick'em. North Carolina, FAMU is a D2, so there's not even any spread. And then Vanderbilt's an 8.5-point favorite at Hawaii. So, we're expecting big things out of Nebraska, apparently. That's a lot. So, we'll keep our eyes open for that. But anyway, that's it. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up today. Line's going to move here in a few minutes. I thank you so much for joining me on episode 2. Thursday, August 25th, Pickup Line Sports. I appreciate you being here, helping me pass the time while we're waiting in line, and have some fun. Watch those preseason games tonight. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Again, I'm not going live because the data where I am is totally crappy. I can't even get a connection really at all. But I would like to hear your feedback. Love to hear what you're thinking. Let me know what you think the Thunder are going to do now that Holmgren's hurt. Let me know what you think the Cowboys are going to do now they lost their left tackle. Does Patrick Beverly help the Lakers enough to get LeBron another ring? And are you excited about Prime Video, the Prime Thursday Night Football games? Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you tomorrow.